Hey everyone, it's Harlan and welcome. We are fixing to start. I want to welcome everybody here. I see a lot of friends here. It's nice to be speaking to a friendly crowd. And a lot of the people we're just on, a lot of the people, we have people who are actually there are actually people who more members of our Manus Mastermind who are here because they know that I'm going to drop success bombs here. There are others. It's really interesting. So we've got a bunch of people here, a lot of members here. They know what's coming. They know what good stuff is. So welcome in particular to all of those who I've been speaking to. There's Elizabeth and Paul and Ryan and Lynn and who else? And Charles. I see two Charles and Angela. So really welcome to everybody. Now we're doing things a little bit differently here tonight. Is that you'll notice that there isn't a chat, but there is a Q&A. And in the Q&A, you can ask your questions um, or type anything in there as a question. Why not the chat? Well, we found over the past couple of weeks that some of the people who were on the call decided that they were the kings of chat and they were giving information and sometimes a lot of bad information. And they were sending people off to different areas, typing in inaccuracies. And it got to the point that it was extremely disruptive to the call. So this way, it's really made for questions and answers. And if you have questions, you can go ahead and type them. We have Corey here, who's with us, who is a co-host. And Corey will answer your questions, or Corey will come out and let me know that there's a question if he wants me to answer publicly, but chances are he can answer publicly. For those of you who are new here, would you let us know, would you type into the questions the word virgin, that you're here for the first time? Go ahead in the question, just type the word virgin. Okay, Professor David, virgin. I'm trying to virgin. Lynn, okay. Virgin. Shabbat Shalom. Gerald, virgin. We have a couple of virgins. Okay, so for those people who are virgins, stick around because you're going to see an offer made to you tonight that we've never made before. As a matter of fact, it was decided this morning to make this offer to you. So stick around. There's some really good stuff coming. Now, for those of you who are the virgins here, could you go ahead and tell me what you currently do with AI? That gives me a good idea of where we are level wise, because we can pivot. And we have an anonymous virgin too. Okay, well, that's good. What do you do with AI? Is it chat? Do you do something else? Use it to help create um, educational material. What kind of material, David? Is it okay if I call you David instead of Professor David? Okay. So what kind of material? Jen says she's incorporating into real estate business to make things easier, research funnels, copy, and whatever. Great. What else? Those of you who are here first time, if you're using AI. Now, you're new to AI. Okay, fantastic. I create lesson plans and have them modified for different levels. Joe, create landing pages for affiliate products trying to build a SaaS product. Oh, you are in the right place, especially next week. Especially next week, you are in the right place. Because we were talking about that today. All right. So right now, I think the number one area where our members have jumped in with both feet, even though there's a lot more that it does, and it's not the opportunity that I'm talking about, um, has been publishing books. And today, I took people through the final stages of publishing a book. So here's the story behind the book. I saw an article maybe last week in the Wall Street Journal, and it was talking about a new type of parenting called FAFO. FAFO stands for F around and find out. F around and find out. In other words, do something wrong and learn the consequences, and hopefully you will learn from your behavior. Case
Harlan,
in
it
point.
works better.
Hmm?
It works better.
It works better? Oh, yeah. So, for example, if um, you live, unlike my friend does in Syracuse or another friend in Montana, and it's one of those days when it's minus 10 degrees, and your little daughter says, but I don't want to wear mittens. Instead of a long 20-minute argument about why they should wear mittens, why the good Lord invented mittens, that they will help her, they will save her from frostbite, whatever. You just say, okay. And you walk out to the car. By the time they get out to their car, their fingers will be freezing. They will get in the car and they will say, my fingers are cold. At which point you pull out the mittens and say, care for a mitten? You will never have the mitten fight again. This works with food. This works with homework. This works with a lot of different things. It's about teaching kids responsibility. Unfortunately, most parents are stuck in the let's argue with my kid phase, and that dog just ain't gonna hunt. It's never gonna stop. They're never going to learn responsibility. It's actually an article in the front page of the New York Times today. Could not make this up, that parents are upping the stakes of sending contraband to camps. Now, the camps don't want all of the candy and crap that is being sent to camps because it creates bugs and the kids get sick, but mostly because of the bugs. And camps are not in the city, and so there are animals attracted by all of this food that is in the bunks. And kids come in and they find raccoons there, and they find skunks there, and the occasional bear there. But hey, the parents are going to send the food. So today's article was about innovative ways that parents cheat the system. And the award for the most privileged parent goes to the woman who bought a Monopoly set, opened it up, dumped all the pieces in the garbage, filled the box with candy, went and got cellophane, wrapped the package, and used a hair dryer to seal it so it looked new. And they sent the sealed Monopoly thing, and they are just so proud. Well, those kids are going to grow up and be the future Karens who think that they can do anything. So I decided that I wanted to write a book about FAFO. And, but I didn't really have a lot of information. So I went to Manus and I told it to gather all of the information it could about FAFO. And it did all of the research for me, probably in about 5 to 8 minutes. And then it wrote a book for me. And after I spent time manually editing the book, I was finished. And today, at in my group at in our mastermind at 5 o'clock, we went ahead. That's not the book. That's a different book. Come on. And there it is. F around and find out. I don't know why it says today's the 31st. I uploaded it today and it says the 30th. They lie. But the whole point is today we learned how to do this. And you can buy this book or $9.99 to buy, etc. And now that it's up on Amazon, we're going to learn how to promote it. Now, imagine you see a breaking topic. Imagine you see a breaking topic and you decide, hey, I'd love to write a book about it. Get it out in front of the public as soon as possible. And Susan goes, I'm going to buy it now. Well, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can borrow it for free. And if you like the book, it's pretty simple to read. I'd love it if you left a review. As a matter of fact, I'd love the entire world to download it for free and give me a great review. That would be wonderful. Don't say that it was terrible. Yes, there is no chat, but there is the questions. That's where we're doing it, Raquel. Thank you. You're in the right place. So a lot of people have written books, and a lot of people you're going to hear, hopefully, from one of our members later who wrote a book, learned how to do it. Not only did it have an impact on her business, but it also became a bestseller. So I think everybody here has I think that everybody here has the ability within them to write a book. I spoke yesterday to someone who has a wedding business and has unusual ideas for a wedding business. And he said, can I work with Manus to create a book so that Manus knows my ideas? Absolutely. And during our call today, someone said, what if I already have a bunch of documents that I've worked, preliminary effort? Can Manus do that? And I showed them how that's exactly how I've done things. So if you want immediate success, then I would be paying a lot of attention to creating a book. I would say a good number of our people have already experienced success by publishing books. And I just wanted to show how from idea to up on Manus, up on Amazon in just a couple of days, it's done. And we walked through all of the steps necessary. But now there's a specific opportunity. How many people here would like to make some money between now and the end of October? If that's you, okay, I'm seeing thumbs going up. Okay. Somebody wants to see the book again. And there it is. You could just look up my name or type in FAFO, F around and find out, and it will come up. If you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. Otherwise, it's $9.99 to buy. And again, if you want to do it, here I'm logged into my author account. So you see that I can buy copies myself, proof copies, at $3.91 a piece. That means that the paperback one is ready as well. We'll have to work on that. Okay, so bottom line here is that Everyone can do this. Okay, so I saw a lot of people are interested in um, a lot of people are interested in making money. So let me tell you what's happening. And most people, only 4% of the United States knows what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so pay attention. It's a secret. Okay, here's the deal. In approximately 2005, the United States cared about conserving energy, and they decided to endorse solar energy. And for people who would install solar energy panels on their roof, the United States gave them a significant tax credit. Significant. That tax credit was so significant that the solar energy industry grew. And because that solar energy industry grew, people started making a lot of money. I had a conversation yesterday with someone who had a company, solar energy, and in the years that he ran the company, which was about 8 years, his company, which was a very large company, grossed $130 million in sales. $130 million in sales. By the way, he spoke to me yesterday from the golf course, and he had to end the call because he had to go play. And we were talking about what's going on right now. Fast forward 2025, just about a month ago, President Trump signs a bill called the Big Beautiful Bill. In the Big Beautiful Bill was the end of subsidies for um, for solar energy. Well, that's a big thing, especially to solar energy companies, and especially also to people who have been procrastinating on going solar. Well, when there's a deadline, this is a real deadline. The unit has to be go to contract and get permits and installed by December 31st of this year, or the party is over. The price of an average unit, which is probably around $29,000, will go up to around $59,000. And I saw you were disconnected. You were back. Do I need to add you again? Do, do, do. Yes, you are back. You should be a panelist now. You are a presenter, panelist. You're back. Now I see you up at the top. See, Corey, that's what happens when you go into fancy hotels in Tennessee. They decide what's fancy and what's not.
I had to reconnect with my phone. My computer does not want to be on the internet. I'm gonna work on it while you're teaching.
Okay, that's great. All right. So bottom line, bottom line here is that we are jumping in with both feet into helping people with the business. As I said, 4% of the country knows about this. Now, you don't have to care about solar panels. You don't even have to know anything about solar panels. So, how could there be so much money available in solar panels? I'll tell you exactly why. These solar companies are in panic mode. Nearly all of them will be out of business at the end of the year, closed, shut their doors. those few who know how to market will be around. But we found out that only, ready for this number, 37% have on their website that the tax benefit is going to be removed. 4% of the public doesn't know. 63% of the companies out there haven't said a word to their customers. And so every day that goes by, they're sitting there and they're thinking, what can they do? Now, the number one way that solar companies have made money up until now has been people going door to door and with a clipboard and saying, we just installed solar panels at a house in the neighborhood, and I was stopping by to see if you would have interest in saving and leaving brochures or just leaving them in the mailbox. That's their number one way. Apparently, solar companies haven't heard of video. They haven't heard of social media. They haven't heard of getting the message out, which means that if you can help them get the message out, well, you are in a good space. So let me show you what we're working on. Let me find it first. Okay. Sorry that I keep having to share and stop sharing, but that's just the way Zoom wants it. Okay. Oh, let me make sure that my sound is on. That would be bad. Share computer sound. Come on. There we go. All right. Here we go. Solar power.
If you've been thinking about going solar, the time is now. The sun is setting on your chance to claim the 30% solar tax credit before it disappears. Riddick Solar has been helping families in Nevada harness the sun for over 20 years. We are not new to this. From permits to panels to final inspection, we take care of every detail, so you don't have to lift a finger. We show up on time and we finish on schedule. Whether it's a rooftop system, a solar carport, a ground-mounted array, or a custom design build, our team has done it all. In fact, we're the company other installers call when the job is too complicated. But time is running out to lock in your 30% tax credit savings. Don't wait until it's too late. Call Riddick Solar today and let's design your solar system together. It's your sunlight. Let it power your life. Riddick Solar, Nevada's trusted solar experts.
Now, Riddick Solar doesn't exist. But let me tell you what a friend of mine did. She created a video for a local store, and the and she showed it to the store. The video was created without any input from the customer. Let me actually show you the original video. Let's go to the first video. I think that's this one. Okay, we get rid of Riddick. And now we can show you this video. Okay.
Welcome to the heart of Arizona, where pets and their families find everything they need. At Bark and Love, we believe every pet deserves the very best care and nutrition. Our Chandler location offers premium foods and supplies from brands we trust completely. We only carry products we give to our own pets, natural, healthy, and nutritious. Our knowledgeable staff provides expert nutritional counseling to keep your pet thriving. Don't clog your drains at home. Use our modern self-service dog wash stations. Clean, spacious tubs with professional equipment make bath time stress-free for everyone. Every pet that visits us leaves looking and feeling their absolute best. From puppies to seniors, we're here for every stage of your pet's journey. Quality nutrition starts with the right food in the right bowl at home. Can't make it in? We offer free local delivery on orders over $50. Visit Bark and Love today, your locally owned one-stop shop for everything your pet needs.
Now, that video was shown to the owners of Bark and Love. That was made with no input from the company at all. Everything you saw there was done completely AI. And they only had one question: how much? And the person who sold it to them said $1,497. And they said, done, done. And they bought it. Now, other people say, oh, I don't like it. It sounds AI. The company owner didn't complain. They just said, hey, is it possible that we could have our own videos in it? And the answer was, of course. And so this is the final video using their imaging.
Welcome to the heart of Arizona, where pets and their families find everything they need. At Bark and Love, we believe every pet deserves the very best care and nutrition. Our Chandler location offers premium foods and supplies from brands we trust completely. We only carry products we give to our own pets, natural, healthy, and nutritious. Our knowledgeable staff provides expert nutritional counseling to keep your pet thriving. Don't clog your drains at home. Use our modern self-service dog wash stations. Clean, spacious tubs with professional equipment make bath time stress-free for everyone. Every pet that visits us leaves looking and feeling their absolute best. From puppies to seniors, we're here for every stage of your pet's journey. Quality nutrition starts with the right food in the right bowl at home. Can't make it in? We offer local delivery and ship nationwide. Visit Bark and Love today, your locally owned one-stop shop for everything your pet needs. Check out our app too.
Now, after After that was delivered, the owner of the store says, "Can we do monthly videos? Can we do monthly videos for you?" And the answer was, of course. Now it takes maybe an hour to an hour and a half to create one of those videos. Not much more. Would you trade an hour to an hour and a half of your time for $14.97?
Hey,
Crystal, they
Harlan,
really
I just wanted to. I
go
saw
ahead.
the same question a few times, so I just wanted to point out the video appears to be a little slow and laggy. That's just Zoom having a conflict with the player on your computer. The videos are smooth as butter when you're not looking at them on a webinar.
There are no complaints whatsoever on um, from the people who are getting this. They play absolutely smoothly. There's no jerkiness or hesitation at all. So I think a couple of people are interested in doing this. Except I have some bad news for you. Here's the bad news. Brace yourself, folks. I don't want you to ask $14.97 for a video from these solar companies. You are saving their butts. I was going to say a different word, but we'll use butts. You are saving their butts. Instead, I want you to sell these videos for $29.97. Now, we have a whole method to make sure that these videos get to the decision maker. So let me ask you another question. Would you spend an hour and a half for $29.97? Whole bunch. What about adding a revenue share to the $29.97? Right now, they're desperate and you don't have a relationship with them. So coming in from the beginning and saying, I don't know who you are. I've created this video for you. Here's $29.97 and I want a percent of your business. They're going to send you walking. They will find someone else to do it. Ask a professional fee, but what I'd rather you do is I'd rather you bundle it with other things, such as social media videos, YouTube shorts, where they will pay you a lot more to get out there. How does this work? Well, glad you asked. We have a letter written by yours truly, checked by this guy who ran the $100 million company, who said, it's a damn good letter. It'll work. And it proposes not just one video, but a package of videos and video scripts. And if you sell them the whole package, that $29.97 could very, very rapidly be $49.97. I don't suppose any of you would like to spend a couple of hours on a after work or on a Saturday and Sunday to have a couple of $49.97 paydays. How many of them would it take for you to think that this would be a worthwhile investment? Now, honestly, I know a lot of people don't have an interest in doing this. But even if, what if creating the video was as simple as following some templates that we had for you that were all prepared so that it was literally no thought? That's right. What if this could be done where it was literally no thought? That's what we've been teaching people. And now we're teaching people how to launch these. There was a great copywriter years ago. His name was Gary Halbert. And he began every session that he taught publicly. He spoke for years publicly, and he had a question. What do I need to sell the most hamburgers? What do I need to sell the most hamburgers? And people would say, oh man, you need a really good chef. Hire a Michelin chef and you will sell more hamburgers than anyone else. And then other people said, no, 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 no. Location, location, location. Put me in a busy intersection and I'll sell more hamburgers than anyone else. And someone else said, being able to sell at a low price. Sell at a low price like White Castle, and you'll sell 1 billion burgers. And Gary said, I will give you every single one of those advantages. And I will still outsell you all of the time. Just give me one thing. And the one thing is a starving crowd. That starving crowd will pay anything, no matter what it costs, to get hamburgers into their face. There are so few times in history that we have the opportunity to sell to a starving crowd. This is one of those times. There is 0% chance that the government is going to repeal this bill. Not happening. They're happy to save the money, and apparently they don't care about solar power. Go with any other form, but not solar. Practically, that means that the race is on now. The public doesn't know it. Another statistic for you. 46% of Americans are interested in solar power. When you let them know that the thing that they've been interested in and they are procrastinating over is going away, it's like strapping on 2 stakes on the front and back of your body and walking naked through a shark tank. It's going to be a feeding frenzy. They're going to go nuts. And that's why right now, you have the ability to reach out even with no experience in at all and sell these things. Why? Because we believe in something that's called results in advance. When we made the first video for Bark and Love, they had no idea it was coming. We showed it to them and they were like, how much? I gotta have it. And they aren't even a starving crowd, but they wanted it. When you have the starving crowd factor, they'll be chasing you. They see a video with images from their website and the right script and the right time and the right offer, man, they're not going to write you a check. They're going to send you a wire so it can get started right away. This is life or death for them. So for the next week or so, we are focusing on getting some of our members to do this, to follow this. A kick-ass sales letter written by yours truly. Normally, if someone were to hire me for a sales letter like this, I would probably charge them $20,000, $30,000. Last sales letter I wrote was $25,000. And I'm writing this letter. It's written. Just gotta do a little proofing of it. And it's yours to send out. Remember Pavlov's dogs? Well, Pavlov's dogs, you rang the bell and the dog salivated. Here, you show these companies the video and it's absolutely yours. So let me ask you a question. How many people would like to learn how many people? Anthony says, can we have a video presentation show what we did for their competition? The letter covers all of that, Anthony. The letter covers all of that. How many people think that based on the information that I've described, there's some money to be made over the next 2.5 months? Now, let me ask you a question. What if I told you that you could learn all of this for free? Free. Would that get your interest? Well, here's the deal. We've had a lot of people interested in the Manus Mastermind. But when it comes to pulling the trigger, they don't know. They've been in situations before where stuff was promised, and I've had that. Over-promised, under-delivered, sold into something that they later regretted. I'm there. I'm still paying off things that I bought that weren't as described. It's just the way it is. So what if you got to experience it for free? What if you got to see our best stuff that you could take and literally turn it around to learn how to publish books free? Learn how to create these videos free. Learn how to get people to want to buy for free. Would you be interested in that? So here's the deal. Our mastermind is $27.77 for the year, or $297 a month. But we're prepared to let you in the door for free. Now remember, you don't have to do the solar videos. There's still plenty of stuff in there. Learn about books and etc. Books is our most popular thing. Learn about using Manus. Learn about how to manipulate, how to write sales copy. It's all there. We have recordings of everything that we've done. where we've been teaching about this and how to make immediate money. But right now, the rush is on in solar power. So now there's absolutely no obligation. You sign up, and if you find that it's not what you want, then just cancel before the 7 days. Just it's upon you to cancel. Don't mail us in on day 12 and say, "Oh, I meant to cancel." Like FAFO, all right? This is about responsibility. So, Corey, can you drop the link into the chat? Is the group set up so I can do this?
You know what? I'm trying to figure out how to do. I wish there was a setting where me and you could have the chat and nobody else could talk in Zoom because
Well, here we have
can
questions. Can you type a question in?
Can I type a question?
But
I can
then
tell
we
you
wouldn't
this.
see it.
If they go to joinmanus.com, it will take them to the page to set up the free trial.
Okay, well,
And
let
that's
me
a
go.
really easy address. And I'm going to start trying to figure out how we can get some messages in here that they can click on.
Hold on. Well, we set this up to avoid the.
And
Okay, there we go. I'm going to show you the screen. Now I see that there's some questions. We're going to answer your questions, but it's joinmanus.com. Whoa, I closed the wrong one. Great. That's really good, Harlan. Are you sure you should be teaching this course? Joinmanus.com and just click on Start Free Trial. Joinmanus.com. And it will bring you here. Very, very simple. It's 7 days free, cancel before, and you are set. Okay, so what's it look like in there? Well, let's go to let's go to this screen. So here we have the chat, and you'll see up here we have a calendar. And tomorrow is the money boot camp where I reveal the $25,000 sales letter that we are just gifting to you. And when you come into the classroom, we have learn to, which is Harris's call? Corey? Which ones are Harris's?
if you scroll down, it's the AI prompting right in between me and Jim's.
Okay. And here he's doing image prompting, images, voiceover, small business uses how to use Canva, vibe coding. And everything that you need is here. Did he do the? I
He
don't see.
also he also
Are
did
we
a
missing
solar
this week?
video.
Are we
Yeah,
missing this? I'm sorry.
he did a solar video. It's posted directly in the community. I'm not. I think he has to move it in here still, but
Here's the
it's in the Making Money in AI video group. There we go.
okay. Let's go. I haven't seen this one yet.
Florida families are struggling with rising energy costs, but time is running out to save thousands. Energy subsidies end December 31st, and after that, solar costs will climb by thousands of dollars. Since 2001, the Solar Guys have been Central Florida's trusted name in energy solutions. As Florida natives, we understand your unique climate challenges and energy needs. Watch your home transform into an energy-independent powerhouse that saves money every month. Imagine never worrying about power outages during storm season again. Our fully licensed team has helped over 85,000 satisfied customers make the switch. From Ocala to Orlando, families are already saving hundreds every month. With our A+ Better Business Bureau rating, you can trust your family's energy future with us. But remember, after December 31st, you'll miss out on thousands in savings. Don't let your neighbors get ahead while you're left paying high energy bills. Call Solar Guys today for your free consultation. Your family's energy independence starts now.
So that's kind of what you get. So this has literally, we are here to make you money. Is there going to be a replay? Yes, there's going to be a replay. But frankly, honestly, with the 7-day free, if you need a replay to decide whether you want to join for free, I really wonder about that. Okay. It's been really something that we've done in the past is I've connected with people and answered questions and taken calls because people hesitated to join. And I gave links, etc., for people to do that. Angela, who's in our group, said Harris made that ad in just over an hour. Would you trade an hour of your time for $29.97? But I don't think that there's a need to get on the phone with you. You can join the group. When you join the group, Harris will reach out to you, welcome you to the group, offer to help you. And then if you need me, you can message me from the group and I'll be very happy to answer your questions. But honestly, we're not we're not people walking around with poison candy and going up to children coming out of school and go, "Hey, little boy, would you like some candy?" That's not it. We're offering you an opportunity to change your life. So join Manus.com, absolutely free. Do it for 7 days and just head over there right now while you are thinking of it. And while it took a lot for us to say that we wanted to do this. And so right now, you have that opportunity. There are no links anymore to make appointments with me. The only link is to join the group. After you're in the group on a 7-day free trial, you can have an appointment with me. But unfortunately, my schedule is booked solid. And you want to talk to me? Say maybe. That's all we want you to do. We don't want you to say yes. We want you to say maybe. Okay. I have no idea what I'm joining, even for free. And you know what? I have a suggestion. Watch the replay or don't join. It's very simple. You know, I know people have schedules, but you show up an hour late. We're not going to rerun. Let's start from the beginning. Hey, everyone. No, we're not doing that. We started with FAFO, F around and find out. This is about taking responsibility. We're not going to rerun the whole thing from the beginning because you decided to show up now. It's not fair to everybody. But what is fair is that we will bend over backwards and do cartwheels for our members, even if you're only a member for a week. That's it. So we go over everything and we want you to succeed. Okay. Are there any unanswered questions, Corey?
I just saw that they saw in the chat that the link is in there now. Is it in the? I think it's in the. Yeah, it's in the answered section of the Q&A. We've got the link. It's Join Manus. Can you show the calendar of the next week of the group?
Sure. Let me go back to the group. And you see that we have classes Monday through Friday. On Monday is, let's go to next week. We're in August next week. Tomorrow is the 1st. So, Monday, 8 p.m., book publishing with Jim Van Wyck. Learn how to get your books published and read and reviews. Very, very popular class. Day number 2, Harris, how to prompt with AI, but his real magic is teaching you how to create videos, the kind that you would use to make money with solar energy. Week number 3, that's my partner in crime, Corey. It's called AMA, Ask Me Anything. And people have talked about, you did one recently that was extremely popular. People were talking about it. What was the most recent one that you did?
So we kind of broke it up into 2 weeks. We had a question from one of the members of our community. He wanted to know, he said, basically, I'm a business coach, a personal development coach. I don't even know where to start to use AI to like improve my business. So I said, okay, here's where I'd start. And I put in his website URL. I had Manus do the research on himself and his business, his competitive, the competitive analysis. And then it created a 30-day action plan out of it. But here's the kicker. Instead of it being like a boring PDF action plan, Manus generated it into an interactive website that he can literally save, and he can check in every day with it of what he should do that day, what he should do that day. And the feedback from the community, what was really positive is a couple of the members were like, oh my God, I could do this for my business. And then a couple of the members like Lynn said, oh my God, I'm going to go sell this as a service. And literally in 30 minutes, we had, a complete business plan set up for him that if you were offering it as a service, you could charge $5,000 for that. That's the type of thing people used to pay $5,000 for and then have to wait a month to get a result or to even get a thing written by some junior intern. And the cool thing about the Wednesday is you come with your questions, and then we just dive into your business as if we're your business consultant, and that's included in the mastermind. And everybody who does the free trial tonight, they'll be able to join this coming Wednesday and literally ask me anything, and we'll go use Manus to figure out a result.
All right. So we come to Thursday. That's the open house. That's working with me. And then on Friday, the money boot camp. And tomorrow, it's all about turning an hour and a half of your time into $29.97. What's coming up next week? We're going to be focusing on AI agents. We're going to be focusing on AI agents, how you could build products, how you can build coded products, even if you've never coded in your life. If the only code that you have learned is Pig Latin, by the end of next week, you will, God's truth, you will be able to create complex programs without ever knowing coding in your life. And that is really interesting. So, folks, you want to be there. Is this a school community? Yes, thank you.
Hey, Harlan, I'll hit you with a couple of the questions that came in. That way you don't have to look.
Okay.
Thomas said, these classes are all recorded and available in the group? Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
How many live trainings do we have in a week?
We have 5 live trainings a week.
And yeah, 5. And I could see us in the future adding even more. Do you guys teach beginners as well as advanced? I'm new.
Almost everybody started as a beginner. Almost everybody. Nearly everybody. I started as a beginner. Corey started as a beginner. Remember, Manus has only been out since March. Okay. How far behind can you get? We're speeding your way to the top. These classes are all recorded and available. Do you guys teach beginners? Yes, we do. But guess what, Greg? You don't stay a beginner for long. Nope. You don't stay a beginner for long. And the best part is there's personal interaction. We have just one person, Harris, whose job it is to make sure that all of your questions are answered. To make sure that if you need guidance, he will hop on a call with you and help you. Okay? You show me another community that does that for free. Doesn't happen. It's like sink or swim. Not here. We want you to succeed. So the bottom line here is join, go to joinmanus.com and you will discover just how we have not exaggerated anything. It's, you see here, Lynn saying it's worth it. She's a member. Lynn, can you unmute yourself, or Corey, can you unmute Lynn? This is just,
Yeah, let's do Lynn, and then I'll have Emily ready after Lynn to talk.
hey, Lynn.
Harlan, it appears you have to be the unmuter. It wouldn't let me.
I have to be the unmuter.
You know, they left you in charge for a reason. You're in charge of unmuting people, apparently.
Okay. Lynn, you should be allowed to talk.
There we go. Yeah, you had to, I didn't get the notice to ask me to unmute until you did it, Harlan.
What do I
But
know?
Yeah, now we know. So what do you want me to, what, do you have any?
What's it like being in the group? Have we said anything that wasn't true?
No, you have not said anything that's not true or exaggerated.
Did you see
It's real,
me do the book today and upload it step by step to Amazon?
I did, and it's nice because I've done it before, but it's been quite a number of years. And so I'm watching it and it's like it took away the trepidation to do it again myself. 'cause I
Okay.
saw what you did, and as you did it, you answered questions I would have, and it's easy.
Okay. And what about on getting ready for the solar with Harris's class? Have you been watching Harris?
I've been watching Harris, and I've been watching you and Corey, and it's like you show us step by step how to do the thing, and it's doable. It's like there's no more excuses other than getting out of my own way.
Well, we're there to help you with that too. But we appreciate you, Lynn. Thank you for coming live.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Okay. How about Emily share her experiences?
Hey everyone, my name is Emily. I am in the group. I've been here since the beginning. I fell into AI before this group and I was trying to do it often and I kept on not getting the results I wanted. I don't know if anyone else has experienced that or not, when you like put in a prompt and everyone else seems to get great results, but my results just were lacking. So I joined Manus and I've had a lot of really amazing things happen. One of those things is I had, through the courses, figured out a book I wanted to write. The book itself is for the intentions of getting me leads for my business. I own a CFO and a bookkeeping business. And so I had Manus do all the research for me, help me write the book, help me edit the book, tell me how to put it on. I have it on Amazon, but like what to write in the description, what tags to put in, what categories to list it in. And what happened was my book went to #1 in 3 different categories. It went to #1 in bookkeeping, and it went in small business bookkeeping, and 2 other like business forecasting, things like that. And that would have not happened without Manus's help. One, I'm not like the strongest writer in the world. I'm an analytical person. So Manus helped me get my thoughts out on paper in a way that was easy for other people to understand. It helped me create an amazing lead generation tool that is working. It also got me in a place where now I have people asking me to get interviewed on podcasts. And I'm getting, like, I just got nominated for Best of the Bay, which is, a voting thing in my area for being the best bookkeeper. All this stuff is happening. It's all of Tampa Bay, so that's what that is. And all this is happening because I wrote a book. And I couldn't have there's no way I would have gotten this book done without the help from Harlan and from Jim. There's no way, because they helped me with the prompts. They told me exactly what to do. I literally watched their trainings and write things down verbatim with their prompts because it always works well. I just can't go on enough about how exciting these trainings are. So I also, another really fun thing that I do with this is I actually make VEO3 videos. And that's actually from Corey's training. He has basically like a huge manual on how to make the videos. And so does Harlan. And those videos, I went from an Instagram account that had like no followers to I have like 60 followers now. It doesn't even matter. It's progress, but I learned how to make the videos. And now I went from having Corey, do you remember how many views I had?
You had 15 views of your profile in a month. And then the following month, where you were posting VO3 videos and videos of yourself, you had over 6,000 views in 30 days.
So going from 50 people noticing me in a month to 6,000 people seeing me in a month, that's huge. It's life-changing, and it only grows from there. And there was definitely, some trial and error in the beginning with that. So if you own a business and you're looking for fun ways to expand your Instagram, this is the solution. If you want to write that book you've always wanted, this is the solution. If you need help with marketing and using AI as a tool, this also has a solution. Literally everything and anything you can think about can be accomplished in the mastermind. I can't believe how inexpensive it actually is for how much we're getting. There's 5 trainings every single week. Every week.
Okay. And thanks for the leap of faith that Anthony has just jumped aboard. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And he's on a trial that ends in 7 days. So, and Renee joined us. She's on trial, ends in 7 days. So we are really happy for you. Now, Greg has asked me a question. Do you think it's possible to make full-time money doing this if I can follow directions? Hell yes. If you don't, if you are in a panic at the idea of videos, there's something that we didn't talk about tonight yet, and that is related to books. And that is about how doctors really want out of their professions. They're sick and tired, and they want out, and they want to do speaking. And I've told the story of my friend who is about to get married, who I go to hockey games with. And I reached out to him to go with him to a Panthers game, and he wrote back to me, texted me back, and he said, I'm in Argentina. And I was like, you're in Argentina? Why are you in Argentina? And he said, I was flown down here by a pharmaceutical company to speak. They flew me down first class. I'm in a 5-star hotel. I am looking at the thickest steak straight from the prairies of Argentina. The beef is the freshest, softest that I've ever had in my life. I am nursing a nice single malt. I speak once in the morning tomorrow, once in the late afternoon, then another dinner, and I have the next day off. And the following day, they're flying me back first class to the States. And I said, wow, sounds good. And I said, what do they pay you for something like this? And he said, $150,000. I'm like, imagine that, $150,000 to be able to go and give a couple of lectures about something that you could do in your sleep, and they pay you that kind of money. A lot of doctors want those gigs. But in order to get those gigs, the number one thing that they want is credibility. And the credibility that they believe in is a book. They don't have the time or inclination to write a book. They hire ghostwriters. The going rate for ghostwriting a book today for doctors, lawyers, dentists, people who want out of their professions and want to go deliver speeches around the world starts at $7,500 and goes up to $125,000. Now, some people, the $125,000 involves like getting them websites and doing social media and press releases and a lot more than just the book. But would you trade a couple of Zoom calls with a doctor to get them to pay you $7,500? Now, what do you think happens when he gets a couple of authors' copies of his book and he walks into his office where all the other doctors are working, and he goes around showing the doctors the book with his picture on the cover, making him seem like the greatest doctor in all history? Okay, I'm the top doctor since Hippocrates, and they're all going to want one, and they're all going to say, first question is, where did you get it? And the second question is, how much did you pay for it? So he's going to tell them where he got it from you, and he's going to tell them how much they paid for it. So when they contact you, they're just ready. All you need to do is take their money and start writing. I recommend that you take 50% on contract, and then take another 25% after they approve the first draft, and then the final 25% when it's up, published, and before you turn the keys over to them, you get your final payment and thank them, and then send them a very nice present. But if you don't want to do video, you can make a heck of a lot of money. So you said, is it possible to make full-time income? Oh, yeah. My friend Jill is in this niche. She's a New York Times best-selling author as a ghostwriter. She gets $150,000 just for the book, because all 4 of the books that she's published in this niche, which is a medical niche, is have become New York Times bestsellers. And as a matter of fact, I gotta turn this off. I gotta turn off my blurred screen.
Hey, and Harlan, we have a question in the Q&A for Emily, actually.
Okay.
Do you want to, let's see. So the question
Raquel,
was,
the question is, how long did it get ranked from the time you listed on Amazon?
That is an excellent question. It got ranked within 3 days, I believe. I went to number 1 in small business bookkeeping very quickly, and then like the forecasting category. That one took a little while, so I was stuck at where I was in like category 1. I was in first place, second place, and second place. There's strategies to that, which Manus told me, which I will definitely share with anyone who goes into the group in the mastermind. I will tell you my secrets on all the little things that Manus told me, because it's selecting the right category to pick, and it has to, of course, pertain to your book. But the way that you do it it's very brilliant. And I know a lot of people who've put out books and have not gone to number 1. And I'm telling you this one trick that Manus taught me, which isn't a trick, it's simply a strategy. It's what made all of the difference. So again, guys, I want to see some more people sign up in the mastermind, because I would love to tell you about how I did this. I'm already got like 5 books ready to go to publish. I just happen to be like traveling right now, so I haven't been able to edit it to the level I want before I publish. But it is so easy. Like, it is so easy to do this. It seems unfair. I am so excited just to get out my next book. Oh, I learned how to edit from Harlan. I had no idea how to edit a book before. I learned from him, and he just simply told me how to do it, and I did what he said. It's very simple. I followed his directions. He's really good at teaching. Harlan, you have like a PhD in teaching or something, don't you? You have like an EdD? Yeah.
EDD in teaching, yes. So,
You
by the way, I want to show you guys a book that we put out years ago. It's called The Cancer Cure Diet for Dogs. And it's all about fighting cancer, dog cancer, through nutrition, based on the fact that so many people have been working with nutrition as a cure for human cancer. And since I didn't know anything about it, I hired my friend Jill. And because she was my friend, instead of $150,000, we got this book for $15,000. How many of you, and that was before Manus. She did all of the research manually. Can you imagine if you could put this book out in maybe 2 or 3 hours of work on Manus, doing the writing, and sell it to someone for $15,000? That's what I paid for this book. Okay. I've got a bunch of them here, and we've got coupons in here for people. It was published with a major dog food company at the time. My friend ran. She sold that dog food company for over $100 million. I travel in good company. But folks, we're here to show you what works. Can Emily teach us basic bookkeeping? I don't know that that's um, a something that we would do. I'm sure she would answer any questions about it or steer you in the right direction.
You
But
can always buy her book, and then the book teaches people why they should have hired a bookkeeper years ago.
okay, that's fantastic. Now, again, a lot of people that um, don't know whether they can really do this, and the answer is you can, because we're going to support you all the way from start to finish. But the answer is you have to decide if you want it. You have a week to experience it. Take advantage of us. Kick the tires, look under the hood, see what's there. You know what? Go into the group and ask members at random, message them and say, is this group everything it says it is? You'll be surprised. Our call is loaded with our members who love what we're doing and they come here in support. So the bottom line, Carolyn, one of our members, wants to know the name of Emily's book. Corey, you got that for them?
Yep. Let me get Emily here. First of all, if you search Emily Handren on Amazon, it's one way, and then the book title, it's
the real reason 90% of businesses fail. 101 bookkeeping and CFO mistakes you can't afford to make. Manus is the one who gave me the title, by the way. It told me it was good for SEO reasons. It gave me a list of 10 different options to pick from. And then I said I didn't really like the options, and I explained my personality more. And then it gave me these, like a different few to pick from. And that's how the title came about, which is like the coolest part. How hard is it to name things? Like, think about when you name a kid, like you're taking forever to figure out this name. Manus could just do it for you.
the book, not the kid, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Maybe both, depending on. I would never in a million years like suggested that long-winded title, but it's the number one. It became number one bestseller because of strategies from Manus, and part of it is the title.
And there it is.
It's for now.
Well, yeah, and it's dropped in rank because we've been traveling the last month, so it's not like we've done anything to promote it internally. But also, Amazon has a way of, when a book's brand new, it's going to give it a lot of perks and benefits.
Which Manus teaches you how to do that.
Well, I'll have to add it to my library with, oops. I'll have to add it to my library so I can give it a good review. Angela says, you will not regret joining the Manus Mastery Group. It's unique and learning it is off the charts. Every one of the instructors, Harlan, Jim, Harris, Corey, will have you wanting to learn more and apply every day. Thank you, Harlan and Corey. Okay, so folks, you're hearing from people who are inside. Nobody said, please join us on the call. They just came here because they're sharing a good thing. And the good stuff starts when you join. So go to joinmanus.com and start your free trial. Joinmanus.com. MANUS. Are there any questions that we have not answered? Let's go look. Everything we've talked about is in the group, and you get. Yes, you can make a full-time income doing this stuff. AI is the future. Jobs in AI, the latest predictions are that the job, Emily, excuse me for saying this, but bookkeeping is going to be one of those jobs that gets wiped out by
Absolutely.
AI.
Absolutely. It is not there yet because my dream is to find AI to do the bookkeeping for me. So that way I can just have people overseeing things and then we can focus on the really fun stuff, which is the strategy of money. And that's what I love to do. Like
That is never going to go out of style. But
yeah.
many people here type in what you do, because there was a recent study of which jobs are going because of AI. Type into the questions, tell me what you do, and we'll see what's going on. Full-time lawyer, part-time real estate investor. Well, I just actually I got let's see if I can do it. Let's see if it's here. Hold on. Come on, you can do this. Where? There it is. Woohoo! Okay. There he is. The son standing in front of Syracuse University College of Law. He will be starting Syracuse Law School in just a couple of weeks. Now, anybody here care to guess what field of law I've told him to go into? Come on, rack those brains. I guess it wasn't a really tough question. Yeah, I told him to go into AI. And Syracuse has a whole section on intellectual property and a new section on innovation law. And the nice thing about innovation law is 100% job placement for those. So I've told him, you're going into AI law. It's going to be a field day in the future. So, folks, join Manus.com. Think about it, watch the replay, but man, you are missing. If you don't join today and you don't get access to tomorrow's boot camp, take this hand and smack your head with it because you are really missing out. For those of you who still don't want to join, I'm going to borrow something from Dan Kennedy and ask you to send me your address. That's right. Send me your address, and I will, on me, send you a bottle of ginkgo biloba pills to help your memory work, because this is absolutely something that's new that we're offering you to test drive it, or um, or come aboard and see what we've got absolutely for free. So, folks, is tomorrow the $27.99 method? It sure is. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, we're going live with that. Okay. Well,
Harlan, I just want to jump out. I want to say, listen, the reason why we decided to do this free trial, because Harlan and I were brainstorming about it, we decided we were going to do it, is it's way harder to explain the value of what you're getting in this group than it is to show you. Whereas everybody else goes out, they put out fancy marketing, they make up all these fancy names for the different aspects and the different values they're getting inside their product, and then you show up and you go, hey, this doesn't look as good on the inside as it did on the outside. We're quite the opposite. It's really hard to explain the value in this program because there's just so much value. The biggest complaint we get inside the community is there's too much. Where do I start? What do I watch next? And instead of trying to convince everybody, oh, this is great, it just makes a lot more sense for you to go sign up for the 7-day free trial. You get access to tomorrow's training with Harlan. It's at 5 p.m. You get access to the community for the full 7 days. You get access to the courses that are inside of the members area. And then you get access to the calls on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then this time next week, when we do this call again, all you have to do is decide then. Decide if you're going to stick or if you want to just hit the cancel button. And whichever one you want to do, no hard feelings. We'd prefer you stick around because you'll probably make a lot more money by sticking around. But I wouldn't be surprised if by this time next week, there's people who did the free trial who've made the money already to pay for their first month. Now, I'm not saying we're guaranteeing that or promise that. I don't know how much action you're going to take. I'm just saying if somebody's a really big action taker, this is like the most no-brainer because you could come in here for free, do the work, attend the webinars, get your questions answered, and then you can make an educated buying decision a week from now.
Okay, so folks, you've heard from us. Now it's up to you. Can you take advantage of this next week? Yes, the free trial. We're going to give this free trial a chance to see how it goes over till the end of August. And then we'll evaluate whether we should continue it or not. So for right now, it's on. You can join next week, and we hope you do. Thanks for being here, folks. Thanks to all of our members who came on in support. Thanks to Lynn. Thanks to Emily. Thanks to all of you who have been in the chat. Our members become our friends. You're invited to join us. Join Manus.com. We'll see you in there.